Hi, I'm Tova and welcome back to my kitchen featured on diabeticssurvivalkit.com. I have a wonderful exotic recipe for you tonight. It's a tandoori chicken, which is a classic Indian dish which usually requires a special oven called a tandoor, but I'm going to show you how to make it with the oven that you have in your house. This is a two-part recipe because we're going to make the marinade now and then it has to marinate for 12 to 24 hours, so make sure you have enough time to prep before embarking on this recipe. So here's what you need. 12 pieces of chicken. In my family we always fight over the drumsticks and wings, so I just got drumsticks and wings here. You also need 1 cup of non-fat plain yogurt, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and a teaspoon of each of the following: allspice, coarse black pepper, cinnamon, ground ginger, and paprika. You also need 2 teaspoons of cumin and salt, and you would need 1 tablespoon of Thai chili paste, which is optional but highly recommended, a tablespoon of minced garlic, and if you want a little kick to your chicken, a teaspoon of red chili pepper, which I'm going to omit because I like my chicken mild. And for garnish, you need an onion and a lemon, but we'll get to that in part 2. For the preparation, you need 2 Ziploc bags, the big gallon size, a whisk, and a small mixing bowl. And for tomorrow, you'll need a roasting pan lined with tin foil, a rack, and of course an oven. But a regular one. You don't need to go to India to get a tandoor. So let's get started making this marinade. So we're going to start with the base. So we take a small mixing bowl and we add the yogurt. Put this aside because we no longer need it. And the 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Once you've got your yogurt and lemon juice in here, we're going to just whisk it together really quickly. And next come the spices. And then you add your teaspoon of each of these spices: the allspice, the pepper, the cinnamon, the ginger, and the paprika. So 1 teaspoon of each of these goes into here. Once you've got your 1 teaspoon spices in, give it a little mix. Then you add your 2 teaspoons each of cumin and salt, then give another mix. Add your tablespoon each of Thai chili paste if you're using it, which again I highly recommend, and your garlic, and then give another mix. Once you've whisked this into a smooth, thick marinade, you're going to take half of the chicken and put half into each bag. As you've probably guessed, the next step is to take half of the marinade, put it in this bag, and the other half in this bag. Once you have your marinade equally divided between the 2 chicken bags, we're going to seal the bags and knead manually each one of these chicken pieces until each one is equally covered. Don't forget to flip the bag over because a lot of the marinade will fall to the bottom. And when each of the pieces is covered as much as you can get it, you're going to open the bag just a little bit in the corner, push all of the chicken into the bottom of the bag, and press on the bag on the sides to get out as much of the air as possible. We don't need to vacuum seal it per se, but get out as much of the air as possible. Reseal it, and then we're going to refrigerate this for 12 to 24 hours. While it's in the refrigerator, make sure that you're kneading it and turning it at least once or twice before you're ready to cook it. I'm now going to pop this into the refrigerator, but stay tuned and I will see you tomorrow for the exciting conclusion of the tandoori chicken recipe. Hello and welcome to part 2 of our tandoori chicken recipe. Your chicken's been marinating for 12 to 24 hours. Hopefully you remember to knead and turn it once or twice during the marination process. And now we're ready to complete our recipe. Here's what you need: an oven preheated to 425, a rack, a roasting pan that's been lined with tin foil, and a bowl, optional, and a barbecue brush, also optional. So let's finish this thing. The first thing we're going to do is take our chicken pieces and line them up on the rack so that they're not touching. After your chicken is laid out on the rack and ready to go, we're going to take the extra marinade and empty it into some sort of vessel, a bowl, cup, whatever you have handy. And then you take your barbecue brush, if you have one, and just touch up any spots that aren't completely blanketed with our delicious marinade. Once your chicken has been satisfactorily saturated with your marinade, place it in the oven for 30 minutes. Couple of important things at this point. Number one, please do not open the oven to look. When you open the oven, it adds 10 extra minutes to the baking time, and that can potentially dry out our chicken that we worked so hard to prepare. So leave it in the oven, no peeking for 30 minutes. The second thing is, please throw away all this extra marinade because it had the raw chicken on it. So don't use it to retouch anything up. Once it's in the oven, that's all she wrote. 30 minutes have gone by, and we can open the oven and take a peek. Oh my god, the aromatics in this kitchen right now are just unbelievable. This looks so good. I'm so excited. So now that these have been cooking, we're just going to turn them and let go for another 10 to 15 minutes on this side. For small pieces, definitely no more than 15 minutes. So I'll see you when they're ready to eat. Our chicken has finished cooking, so now you have an option. You can either turn the oven off and let it rest in the oven closed for 20 to 30 minutes to let all of the flavors and the juices run together beautifully, or if you're in a hurry, you can take it out now and eat it. diabeticssurvivalkit.com presents this recipe proudly in partnership with favehealthyrecipes.com. Our tandoori style chicken is done. I sourced this recipe from food.com, and here's what you need to know about the nutritional information. A serving size when you're using wings, drumsticks, and small pieces like this is 3 pieces of chicken, which equates to approximately 4 ounces of meat. So if you're doing breasts or thighs or other pieces, make sure that you're trying to get about 4 ounces of meat so that these nutrition facts apply. For each set of 3 small pieces of chicken, as seen here, you are intaking the following: 175 calories, 2 grams of carbohydrates minus 1 for fiber, so that's only 1 gram of net absorbable carbohydrates per serving, 12 grams of fat, only 3.5 of which are saturated, 350 milligrams of sodium, 80 milligrams of cholesterol, and 15 grams of protein per serving. So this is a wonderful recipe that I'm very proud to show you. I very much hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Tova's Kitchen with our tandoori chicken, and I hope to see you again very soon. From my kitchen to yours, here's to a happier and healthier you. Bye!